It is expected that over 10 billion barrels of oil reserves will be found in the Bakken and Three Forks formations. Several million barrels more will be produced from many other proven productive intervals. Welcome to the Williston Basin. The oil rigs are currently drilling and exploring for the rich oil and gas deposits known to exist in this region. BEHM Energy is a family-owned corporation based out of Minot, North Dakota. The family has operated energy-related businesses throughout North Dakota and Montana for nearly 80 years. Over the past several years, our team of geologists and landmen have assembled and marketed several exploration projects. What you see here is one of our recent successful Bakken programs located in McKenzie County, North Dakota. The latest technology, such as 3D seismic, has been employed to define anomalies that are synonymous with oil and gas reservoirs. After prospects have been defined, BEHM Energy's development approach is to drill vertically to the deepest potential zone. This would be the Red River-Winnipeg Formation. All potential zones between the surface and the deepest zone drilled are thoroughly evaluated. Potentially productive zones will either be completed vertically or will be drilled and tested using horizontal technology. We now invite you to view the following animation, which depicts the drilling and completion process employed by our company.
The Williston Basin, one of the most prolific producers of oil and gas in North America. BEHM Energy's process begins with site preparation by dirt contractors. The drilling rig is then moved on to the well site location. Drilling operations begin by attaching a surface drill bit to a drill pipe and drilling to a depth of approximately 2,500 feet. As the bit turns into the earth, drilling mud, a mixture of water and additives, is used to cool the bit and to carry drill cuttings to the surface. The drilling mud adheres to the walls of the wellbore, minimizing fluid losses into the formation. The hole is drilled below the deepest freshwater aquifer, and the drill bit is removed. When the drill bit and its pipe are removed from or lowered into the hole, the process is called tripping. After the drill bit is tripped out of the hole, surface casing is inserted. Surface casing provides stability and a smooth internal surface for the drilling equipment. Cement is then pumped down through the inside of the casing and back up between the casing and the formations. Cementing the casing isolates and protects any freshwater zones. Surface casing also serves as a support for the blowout preventer. A blowout preventer is an important safety device that seals the wellbore and helps regulate pressure. After installing the blowout preventer, the drill bit is then assembled onto the drill pipe. The surface plug is drilled out and drilling continues vertically to potential test depths. The drill cuttings, penetration rate, and other data are closely monitored throughout the process. A staff of geologists evaluate the information to determine if any of the beds may contain recoverable hydrocarbons. In advance of reaching the projected total depth, a determination is made whether or not to cut a core sample of one or more formations. If a core sample will be cut, the drill pipe is tripped out of the hole. A special assembly called the core barrel is attached to the end of the drill string, and a donut-shaped bit is attached to the end of the core barrel. The drill pipe is tripped back into the hole, and a 60-foot section of core is cut and retrieved to the surface for evaluation. A drill stem test assembly is then mounted onto the drill pipe and sent back down the hole to isolate the potential test zone. Oil flows from the formation into the drill pipe and flow rates are calculated. The drill stem test tool is then retrieved. Following completion of the coring and testing process, a standard drill bit is attached to the end of the drill string and tripped back into the hole. The drill pipe continues on to the well's objective depth, which could be as deep as 14,500 feet. Upon reaching total depth, the drill pipe is tripped back to surface. If the operator intends to develop a potential zone through a vertical completion, Production casing is then run through the zone that will be tested. A cement slurry is pumped down to bond the casing to the wall of the wellbore. If the operator elects to test a formation before releasing the drilling rig, a perforating gun is sent down on the end of a wire line, and electric charges perforate through the casing into the formation. Permeability is increased by providing these perforation channels. The perforating gun is then tripped out of the hole. Following stimulation of the formation, the produced oil and gas flow back to surface. Should the operator elect to produce a shallower zone using horizontal methods, a kickoff tool is set in the casing, and the drill bit, along with an MWD, or measurement while drilling tool, are lowered back into the hole to begin the angle building. The distance to make a curve from kickoff point to where the wellbore becomes horizontal is just under 700 feet. Once the curve is completed, the drilling begins on the well's horizontal section, called the lateral. Once the targeted depth is reached, the drill pipe and bit are removed from the wellbore one last time. 7-inch production casing is inserted along the wellbore. Cement is again pumped down the casing and forced up between the casing and the formations. The cementing process ensures permanent bonding between the pipe and adjacent formations. This prevents hydrocarbons from discharging back into the formation as they travel to the surface. At this point, the drilling rig is no longer needed and is released by the operator. A temporary wellhead is installed onto the casing string, and the well location is prepared for the service rig and crew. The service rig and crew will assist in the perforating and stimulating process and prepare for putting the well on production. The first step is to perforate the casing over the intervals that the operator plans to stimulate. A wireline company is employed to equip the workover rig with a perforating gun that sets off electric charges which penetrate the casing and the formation. Shale formations are stimulated using a method called sand fracking, a process where water, sand, and additives are pumped into the wellbore and down the casing under high pressure. As the blended mixture is forced through the perforations into the surrounding rock, the pressure causes the formation to fracture, creating a series of small fissures connecting the reservoir to the well and allowing the release of oil to flow through the wellbore. Limestone formations, however, are stimulated with a blend of water and acid to enhance the productivity of the formation being tested. A number of oil-bearing reservoirs do not contain natural channels and cannot be produced economically without acid stimulation or hydraulic sand fracking. The process of perforating and fracking may be repeated multiple times to cover an entire horizontal distance of the potentially productive interval in the wellbore. Advanced technology has made multi-stage fracking increasingly effective in recovering oil and gas from tight reservoirs. Once fracking is completed, plugs that were inserted to isolate frac stages are drilled out, allowing oil to flow up the wellbore. Installation of a permanent wellhead and other surface equipment are the next step in completing the well. A pump jack is used to help bring the oil to surface, where it can then be transported by truck to the nearest transmission network. As field development expands, additional infrastructure is built to accommodate more producing wells, which are expected following discovery of a producing reservoir. Thanks to the perfection of these technologies, shale and carbonate plays across the United States have become a highly productive source of energy.
Thank you for taking the time to view our video. We are excited about BEHM Energy's future plans for exploration and the impact they'll have on energy. BEHM Energy. Explore, develop, produce. That's what we do.